and welcome or welcome back. My name is V, and today we're looking at the Seekers of Eternity, which is the 7.2 Final Fantasy XIV patch, and the new special site has been launched. It always kind of makes me chuckle how they say special site. It is a site for the patch, but whatever. If it's special, it's special. We are yet to determine that. As we're approaching the live letter on Friday, I'm pretty sure that this site will give us at least some of the information that we are going to be able to expect from the new patch. But I'm hoping that they're going to be doing a lot more reveals on the live letter. Of course, I'll be covering the live letter and my thoughts on it here on the channel as well. But before that happens, we're going to be looking at this site and seeing what they've actually revealed so far. If you're new here on the channel, make sure to subscribe. Do leave the video a like for some good luck, and let me know in the comments what it is that you're expecting from the live letter on Friday and how you like the new site. I haven't seen it yet, so we're just going to be looking at it together. So here we are. The design is very cyberpunk-ish, which basically is telling me that most of the MSQ is probably going to be happening in the Solution 9 / Alexandria, and I kind of like that. I'm growing really tired of all of the zones that I can't pronounce and all of the little storylines that have been tying us to Wuklamot. Now, obviously, Wuklamot is still here, and I don't think we can expect her to just suddenly vanish from the MSQ. Sphene, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this whole resurrection, villain returns, this body is alive but not alive kind of story, but we'll see. So here's us, and I think that this is a very correct representation of us in the MSQ. We are somewhere deep down in the background, under Wuklamot, well, this is probably, I don't know if this represents like Otis's armor or something. I don't know. I don't think so. But here's Wuklamot, of course, above us, and then Sphene, which is, hopefully she's going to have more of a role than Wuklamot in the next patch. Not saying I'm a fan of it, but I think that we are ready to put this section of the MSQ behind. Now, this is something that is really curious, and I've already commented on this picture when we saw it for the first time in the live letter. And as a big Persona fan, this character, this boy or whatever, to me it's very Persona-esque, with like blue hair, whatever. And I think that there is going to be a story that I have a potential to like, because what we're seeing here is either an android or something that is somehow being powered through an external source or something like that, or this is a very sick boy with like a story of his own that we are yet to discover. I have no clue, but I'm kind of excited about this portion. So far, I'm really meh about this one, didn't like this one, and this portion here, well, we got very little of our own story, and the rest of the stuff that we've seen so far has mostly, unfortunately, been forgettable. We have, coming late March 2025. I do think that they really pushed it with the second part of the live letter, and I would have preferred if they had given us the trailer much earlier on. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, but what can we do? New story. For whom were the seeds of forgotten wisdom sown? Okay, so that probably relates to the whole soul transplant and whatever's happening with Sphene. Main scenario quest, Seekers of Eternity. Now, again, I like that they are somewhat, I believe purposefully as well, rectifying the situation where Wuklamot is always in the center. I think if they decided to put Wuklamot like smack bang in the middle of the picture, people would have probably not been happy. But even the fact that she's kind of a little bit of a Mary Sue character, just lurking in the background, and that we've kind of well, I guess lost a little bit of trust when it comes to advertising. We've seen a lot of scions in the trailer for Dawntrail, and suddenly, the scions are almost nowhere to be seen. I really do hope that they've learned from that, and that the fact that they're putting Yestola on the main kind of picture on the site means that they are planning to give us more of what we really want. Okay, we know that this story has to happen, and she's there with her little evil smile and whatever. This person, obviously, this is a scientist. They do kind of have a similar hairstyle to that person on the in the main picture, the person who I called a sick boy. Now, that's probably not the same person, but it is kind of intriguing how they're facing the screens and not us. And that's pretty much all there is when it comes to the screenshots. The Queen of Reason has made a miraculous return and bears a message to her troubled subjects: become endless, and eternal life is yours. While such a promise may provide solace to some, others still fear the icy touch of death approaches. Okay, so I still don't know how people are going to react to her being fully back. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be ecstatic about it because it is Sphene, it is their beloved queen, and obviously they want to see her back. But whether someone is going to buy this whole, oh, this is still Sphene or whatever, we still don't know. And I'm curious to see how all of her citizens will react. I would hate to see them create this story where everybody's just happy. It's a utopia again and whatnot, and everything's fine again. I don't think that's going to be the case. New challenges, new dungeon, the Underkeep. That's fine. This looks like one of those structures from the city that we shut down. I can't even remember its name anymore. But okay, it looks kind of like a construction site, but also okay, not sure what it is, but I guess this is just going to be tying directly into MSQ. So it's essentially, it looks like a castle, which I think is pretty cool, and I think that dungeons are always a very good opportunity to demonstrate graphical updates. And I like how they've worked hard on presenting even the imperfections. Now, when it comes to this, obviously, this place would have been prettier if everything was just clean and untarnished and whatnot. But the fact that they've made it realistic looking when it comes to covering the whole place with dust and making it look worn out, I think they did a good job. But we're yet to see how that ties into the story. And it is a bit strange to see this kind of boss in a very old-fashioned looking castle, and from what I'm seeing in the background, they also kind of look hologram-ish, so I'm guessing that these bosses, or these whatever they are, NPCs, that they're not really there, maybe. And regardless of what it is, we have to fight them in this place, which again I think is kind of cool. But that was just my prediction. I guess we're going to get the real story. In the waning days of the Old Kingdom, also it's in the Alexandrian castle, okay, that makes sense. The people of Alexandria sought a way to survive as their homes sank into the earth below. Spoilers. They built a towering structure that enveloped the royal castle itself, and as the moons came and went, Everkeep grew to soaring heights. Yet some say that the castle has withstood the ravages of time and stands even now in the city's foundation as a symbol of bygone glory. As I'm actually going through Final Fantasy IX right now and making decent progress at it, I am very, very curious to find more Easter eggs, and hopefully they do it justice, just like they did with Final Fantasy IV. We're getting a new trial, Recollection. I guess this would be a representation of Beatrix, I think, but I'm not sure if that's correct or not. A terrible new threat bars the Warrior of Light's path, blade at the ready. But for whom do they wield it, and to what a horrible end? Media. View media for patch 7.2. What's media? Oh, artwork screenshot. We've just seen that. We've just seen that. Media means buy. Okay. So new to patch 7.2, main scenario Seekers of Eternity, Raid Dungeon, the Arcadian Cruiserweight Division. This is something I'm really excited for. I think that the first wing was just fantastic, and I'm pretty hyped for that. It's a good story, and the fights were decent as well. Can't wait. Cosmic Exploration, a new tool enhancement quest. We've seen a lot of this in the live letter. Now, we haven't seen the previews of some of the weapons, not to my knowledge, so maybe they'll be showing us that as well. Crescent Isle, new dungeon, the Underkeep, new trial recollection, new Unreal Trial. This patch's Unreal Trial will be held here. Am I pronouncing it right? I hope so. Anyway, new weapon enhancement quest, Phantom Weapons. I think the name is kind of cool, and right now I'm also playing through Persona 5 Royale, so the fact that the weapons are called Phantom Weapons, it's kind of fitting to where I currently am, and I like it. I think it's fun. Allied Society quest, Mamulja, inconceivably further Hildebrand adventures. Excited for that as well. Elegant Tombstones of Mathematics. I think that that Mathematics was probably a more fitting name back when we got that Hildebrand storyline with the pixelated Hildebrand and whatnot. But whatever. New crafting recipes, new mounts, minions, and emotes, new corn servant quest, additional duty support, PvP updates, and more. This is a very big thing. Some content will be made available via patch updates at a later date. So this is all advertised to be a 7.2, but not everything is a part of the first wave of the patch, so be mindful of that. Immerse yourself in Final Fantasy XIV, start your free trial, buy expansions, manage subscription, and the rest that's it. Okay. Anyway, a good little preview of the patch, and I am really hopeful that they've I guess this is a very difficult thing to say, but I am hopeful that they've learned, but also I know that some of the things that we are going to see in the next few patches are the result of the old decisions, and I think that a lot of people who commented on my last video about Yoshi potentially quitting or being demoted or whatever didn't really watch the full video until the very end, because I did clearly state that I think that ultimately it's a good thing for the game that Yoshi is either getting demoted or getting himself demoted to essentially spend more time in FF14. And I think that it will take some time for him to kind of regain control when it comes to Final Fantasy XIV in particular, when it comes to the decisions about the game itself. And since we know that Yoshi at the end of the day is the person who knows what the players like, he's the one who brought the game into a state that it's in, so he basically resurrected it and was there throughout its whole process and life cycle. And I think that if we give this decision time and patience, I think we're going to see the results of this decision hopefully soon, hopefully within months. Even though he's been around clearly throughout this whole process, he's presumably been busy with other, director stuff, and I'm hoping that his kind of return to FF14 more so than in the past few months to even years will result in FF14 going back to being the game that we all love and enjoy. And hopefully there's going to be some fresh updates on the way as well to kind of mix it up and make it feel more like home. That's pretty much it for me today. Let me know what you think about the site. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Leave a like on the video, and I will see you in the next one. Don't miss out on the FF14 live letter on Friday. I will be covering it here on the channel, and I'll give you my thoughts on it as well. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.